Imagine you took the red pill. You gave up comfort, your friends, maybe even your peace of mind, all for the promise of freedom. But what if that freedom everyone talks about was a trap? Because outside the matrix, there is no sunlight, no steak, no beauty, only cold metal, gray mush, and a war that never ends. You escaped the illusion, only to discover that truth is just another kind of prison. And that's the paradox. The Matrix hides in plain sight. Cipher betrayed Morpheus because he saw something the others refused to. He saw that escaping the illusion doesn't make you free. It just leaves you with nothing to fight for. So what if the goal of awakening was never to leave the Matrix at all, but to learn to control it? What if the real power, the kind that bends the rules of reality itself, was meant to be found inside the Matrix? This is the lesson almost everyone missed, and once you understand it, you'll realize the Matrix isn't your cage, it's your training ground. Because the awakened aren't meant to escape the illusion, they're meant to master it and live above it. We're taught to believe that freedom means getting out of the Matrix, out of the system, out of the illusion. But what do we actually find once we escape? A wasteland, Zion, a world without color, pleasure, or even sunlight. People eat gray slop, live in caves, and spend their lives fighting a war they can't win. The irony is that, in their obsession to flee the illusion, they abandoned the only environment capable of teaching them how to use it. The Matrix wasn't just a prison, it was the canvas where human desire, ambition, and meaning existed. When you erase that, you erase what makes you human. That's why Cipher's betrayal hits differently when you really think about it. He isn't the villain most people assume. Sitting across from Agent Smith, savoring a perfectly cooked steak, he admits,
I know this steak doesn't exist. I know that when I put it in my mouth, the Matrix is telling my brain that it is juicy and delicious. After 9 years, you know what I realize? Ignorance is bliss.
And he's not wrong. Zion is a graveyard for meaning. The Matrix, on the other hand, is meaning. The illusion that keeps life vibrant and full of purpose. Take that away, and you're left with nothing. Escaping the Matrix does make you free, but give it some time and you will be tempted to go back. Escape is just another prison. The bars look different, but the confinement is the same. Freedom isn't found in running away from illusions. It's found in mastering them. If leaving the system only leads to emptiness, then maybe the answer isn't outside at all. Maybe the real power lies in what your newfound awareness allows you to do while you're still inside. Inside the Matrix, everyone walks around with a false picture of themselves, a projection called the residual self-image, or RSI. It's how your mind sees you. Neo still sees a man with hair, clothes, and confidence, even though his real body is bald, scarred, and plugged into a machine. That's the first truth of the illusion. The system doesn't control your body. It controls your belief about your body. Every rule of the Matrix, gravity, pain, fear, limitation, is enforced through that mental projection. Society does the same thing. It hands you a pre-programmed RSI, your job title, your income, your status. The program says, this is who you are. Stay within these limits. But then comes Neo's jump scene, the first real test. He knows it's just a simulation. He knows he can bend the rules. Yet when he leaps, he still falls. Why? Because deep down, his belief, his RSI, still says, you can't. That's exactly how control works. Agents don't chase you because they're strong. They chase you because you believe they are. They weaponize your self-image, your doubts, your fear of failure, to keep you obeying invisible rules. The moment you accept the program's definition of you, you lose the ability to redefine yourself. And that's the point of control, to make you forget you were the coder all along. So the RSI is your first weapon. The Matrix and the real world can only define you if you agree to the definition. Freedom starts the moment you rewrite the story in your head and stop letting the system tell you what's possible. But knowing that your mind shapes your limits is just the beginning. If belief defines the boundary, then what happens when you finally learn to bend it? If the matrix is built on belief, then mastery begins with realizing that belief itself is the code. That's why one of the most profound scenes isn't Neo dodging bullets. It's a bald child holding a spoon.
Do not try and bend the spoon. That's impossible. Instead, only try to realize the truth.
What truth?
There is no spoon.
At first, this sounds like a riddle, but it's not. It's the key to everything. Neo tries to bend the spoon with force, but fails because he still sees it as something real, something outside himself. The illusion isn't the spoon. It's the belief that it's separate from him. That's the exact trap awareness creates. When people quote-unquote wake up from the matrix, they start fighting the illusion instead of understanding it. They see the system, the government, the media, and they think they're battling something external. But the more they fight it, the more power they give it. Because by resisting the illusion, they keep validating that it's real. The spoon boy wasn't teaching detachment. He was teaching integration. The spoon bends when you do. Reality shifts when your perception of it stops being rigid. Your matrix is whatever you believe is immovable. Your boss, your past, your limits, your fear. The moment you stop treating them as fixed, you start to see how flexible they actually are. That's the power and also the purpose of awakening. It's the ability to see the illusion and stop playing the game everyone else is playing. Because once you become truly aware, you will be one creating the games and not the one playing it. But if awareness allows you to stop playing the games everyone else is playing and bend the rules, what happens when you realize that the entire system, from governments to careers to social hierarchies, operates on the same kind of code? The Matrix was never just a movie about computers. It was a map of control, a system that doesn't need bars or guards because it programs obedience. Governments, corporations, algorithms, they all run on the same architecture. Belief. They don't need to chase you if they can make you chase yourself. Every rule of society is code. The 9-to-5 grind, the fear of missing out, the addiction to approval, lines of behavioral software written to keep the system running smoothly while convincing you it's your choice. And here's the real glitch. When people escape society, thinking they've broken free, they often just unplug themselves from influence. They deny the power awareness provides them. They become invisible, spectators, not players. Like Zion, you're outside the system, and when you are outside the system, you are powerless to change it. Running away feels noble, but it's the ultimate surrender. You leave the Matrix, and you leave the battlefield where real power is earned. Neo didn't win by hiding in Zion. He learned to manipulate the code from inside the system, because the one who sees the pattern controls the pattern. It's the same in our world. Those who understand that laws, institutions, and public opinion are malleable, written software, can rewrite them to their advantage. That's why true mastery isn't about rebellion, it's about redesign. Once you stop viewing society as a cage and start seeing it as a program, you realize something profound. The rules aren't fixed, they're just widely believed. Freedom is sight, not flight. When you see that everything around you, from politics to popularity, is running on editable code, you gain the power to bend it. The Matrix wasn't warning you about control, it was showing you how to take it back. And that's exactly what Neo did, but not through prophecy or destiny. The Oracle told him he wasn't the one, so what belief unlocked his power before he even knew he had it? Morpheus believed in Neo with religious certainty. The Oracle, on the other hand, told Neo point blank, "You're not the one." Two opposing truths, both inside the same system. This is where most people get lost. They think fate decides who becomes powerful. But the Matrix shows that belief, not prophecy, is the real switch that turns potential into power. Neo didn't awaken because someone told him he was the one. He awakened the moment he stopped needing to be told. When Morpheus was captured, Neo didn't act out of destiny. He acted out of choice. He believed Morpheus's life mattered. He believed his mentor's faith deserved to be honored, even if it cost him everything. That decision, irrational, human, full of heart, is what broke the program's logic. In that moment, Neo walked back into the Matrix, fully aware it could kill him. He didn't believe he could win. He believed in the meaning of trying. And that's the difference between control and purpose. The Oracle never lied when she said, "You're not the one." She just knew Neo had to decide to become him, because belief created the code, and belief could rewrite it. Our world runs on the same pattern. Systems give you labels: ordinary, too late, not chosen. But the power never came from the label. It came from your decision to act despite it. That's the glitch the system can't patch. A human being acting on belief, not programming. True power starts with belief in value. Neo didn't need the prophecy to validate him. His choice to fight for something larger than himself was the proof. When you choose purpose over fear, you stop obeying the script and start writing your own. And that choice, that internal rebellion, sets up the final revelation that the Matrix itself was never meant to be escaped, but to be transformed with your awareness. Because inside the Matrix, your power is proportional to your level of awareness. We've spent the entire story believing the goal was to escape the Matrix. But the real lesson is the opposite. The Matrix is the environment that makes awakening possible. Think about it. If everything outside is just gray skies and metal tunnels, where do you actually live? What do you have to live up to? But when you live inside the illusion of the Matrix gives the awakened something to push against, a friction that sharpens their awareness, like the satisfaction you feel when you finally scratch an irresistible itch. Without illusion, truth has nothing to define itself against. That's why the war never ends. It's not meant to. It's the eternal struggle between perception and reality, chaos and control, ignorance and enlightenment. The Matrix isn't the enemy of human evolution. It's the fuel for it. Neo's final moments prove this. He doesn't destroy the Matrix. He integrates with it. He becomes part of the system, not enslaved by it, but synchronized with it. He sees the code, and instead of rejecting it, he uses it. That's why the machines stop fighting. That's why peace becomes possible. Because Neo understood that the goal was never to burn the system down. It was to transcend it from within. That's the paradox of awakening. You don't win by escaping the dream. You win by learning to dream lucidly. The lie becomes the lesson. The cage becomes the cocoon. You shouldn't leave the Matrix because you need the friction of the lie to define your truth. The Matrix is not your prison. It's your chrysalis. The awakened don't run from the illusion. They reprogram it. They turn the same code that enslaves others into the foundation of their own evolution. As Neo said, the Matrix can remain our cage, or it can become our chrysalis, because escaping isn't freedom. Mastery is.